Hi, Regina. Thanks so much for your time today. I was intrigued by your offer, this clarity as it is as easy as one, two, three. And I've worked with you in the past, and you have definitely helped me get to clarity around a confusing situation where I had to make a decision. So I got a couple questions for you about that and what you're going to be doing with people. But before we get into that, you've been doing a lot over this summer. We've been keeping in touch pretty closely. You've been going into some work understanding the quantum field. And one of the things I want to talk to you about is worry and stress. How does that affect somebody's energy field and what happens to them?
Hi, Ariana. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for joining me today. And I was just drawn to go back and review some of the principles of the quantum physics over the last couple months. And I think it's really important for everyone to understand some of the basics of it because knowing that, I think it makes us much more alert and aware of how our thoughts and our feelings really do affect our reality, what we're experiencing. For an example, if these have been really, really challenging time for everyone. They're under massive changes, or the people directly close to them are under massive changes. And so it is a very unpredictable time. And when we don't feel real secure, we have a tendency to worry or fret or become depressed because we don't know or we don't understand what's happening around us. And so we give a lot of attention to the things that are happening in our life that may not be exactly what we think we chose, or that we want involved with, or that may cause a lot of grief. So the quantum physics really shows us that our mind, our thinking, and our heart have a huge impact on our future reality. So it may not be the immediate, but that we actually do have a lot of control over our future. I mean, remember when I was really like 30 years ago when I first started studying metaphysics and things of that nature. It's like you create your own reality. And really, I didn't create this. But over the years and more study, I do really see that I do my reality, my experience, and that I do have a lot more control over my future and what I will experience. And so the quantum physics has just kind of brought that full circle for me, and as I'm just taking it in at a deeper level. And I really able to find YouTube or books or whatever on the quantum physics, because the knowledge is power, and knowing these principles can really help people.
So then that brings me to the next question. What do you bring to a clarity session? What are the tools you're using to help guide your clients?
Well, as many people know, I've been studying human design for over 17 years. So that's one of the major to my toolbox, and the gene keys. And I started studying intuitive development and psychic development 2001, many years ago that was. I also use the Genius Report, which is around helping people in their business and really bringing out their true authentic gifts in the workplace or with their clients, with their teams. And also the development that I've used. A lot of times I end up teaching people some basic intuitive skills that they can use and ways for them to incorporate into their life. I have been studying astrology for over 30 years, so I look at people's astrology charts. So I have all these things lined out in front of me when someone books a session, and obviously I need to have their birth information to be able to use the tools that I have accurately. But I pull everything that I have, and then I use that to really answer and support people in getting their clarity in whatever area of their life that it is, whether it's something they're struggling internally with their own, what is their soul path, soul purpose, or if it's in a relationship or wanting to relocate or whatever is up. And it's really not about me giving them advice or giving them the answer. It's me knowing who they are at a really deep level because of the access of all these tools that I have. I really can see who people really are, and that's what I really support people from a really deep level. And then as through the dialogue of the session, it's just to let them come to clarity, let them see what their options are. And also an important piece here is like, what are we letting go of? What are we taking to the future with us? That's, it's always, it's great to look forward into our future, but also we want to make sure we're not dragging our old luggage or the shoes we wore when we were 6 years old. It's like, what are you letting go of that's not serving you to the future that you want to co-create with the divine source of all?
It's a lot that you bring to the session. Does somebody already have to have been working with you, like had in a human design reading or some other, work with you to be able to get benefit from one of these sessions?
When I do these, I offer this special a couple of times a year, and I open it to anyone, whether someone has coached with me or they're working with another human design study and they just want to have some time with me and say, well, what do you see about that? Or how do you interpret that? So it's open to anyone. And if they don't know human design, that's fine. I'm not, it's not really an analysis. I'm using it and embody people's design, and then I transmit out in a language that will work for them.
Oh, that's very helpful.
It's a very intuitive process. It's I'm empathic, so it's really like someone shows up, and then what comes out is what's being called out of me. It's not my agenda; it's their agenda, and it's having someone in your life for best interest.
Yeah, thinking about that, how valuable it is to have someone hold the space and make it safe for someone to come to their own decision. How do you do that? How do you hold the space for your clients, that energy?
Oh my gosh, you're asking me, how do I do it? It's just an empathic and intuitive path that I call with people. It comes from what do I hear from them if they do their session on Skype or like we're doing in Google, and where I can actually see them, then that also it gives me more to go on. But it's really like from what I see, that like what is their core gifts, what is their innate expression, and how is that being expressed or denied in that person. So I don't know if I'm answering, that's my how. My how is just very empathic.
So you've got a lot of tools.
What the individual's needs are.
Got a lot of tools that you bring, and then you bring your intuitive and empathic guidance, the presence through the session to help someone come to their decision and clarity. Well, this is great. And can people purchase more than one session with you at a time?
Yeah, I leave it open. People can purchase up to 3 sessions, and just so they use it within 6 months. So if someone has wanted to do coaching with me and not really get involved in a complete coaching package, I've had others do that they do a session with me as they feel over the extent of time. So yes, it's open to anyone, and they can purchase up to 3 sessions. And it was kind of inspired to me. It's like helping people get their clarity. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. And then that was just kind of divinely guided to price it at $123 because I wanted to make it available to as many people as possible that want to have some guidance and to work with someone they can trust.
Okay, wonderful. And how long do they have? How long is your special up?
The special is good till the month of August, the 31st. And I will put the link in below in the description of this video, so they can just link there and read some more about it if they want to, or order it from my website, which is alignwithyourdesign.com.
Okay, wonderful. Well, we'll wrap up. What is one thing that you would say to help someone make a decision, whether this is a good opportunity for them to take you up on? What's one thing you would say to them?
Well, I always invite people to disconnect from their head, and drop into their body. Well, that may sound really foreign to some people, but so it might be just like go for a walk and just kind of have a talk with yourself, whether this is something that you think would really support. And also, finally, I would just like to say, you and I have supported each other over the years, and many times we've had things that we were confused about, and we talked to each other, and it's just like, boom, it was like, oh, we knew exactly what to do. And so it's like that whole idea that we're not in this alone, and being with a like mind is so, so valuable this time of rapid change.
Collaboration is so important, and right partnership. I can agree with you.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we'll wrap up. It was wonderful to speak with you and get a little understanding about your offer.
Thank you so much. I really get your time today too, Ariana. Many blessings.
You too.